Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
All right, so let's jump into something I know a lot of you out there are super curious about, this Cotton Bowl Classic.
Definitely a lot of buzz.
Yeah, Ohio State versus Texas, and I mean, the internet is just going crazy for this one.
It really is. And you know,
Yeah.
what I think is really interesting is not just how many people are searching for it,
Right.
but the really specific things they're looking for.
Yeah.
Tells us a lot about what's on people's minds going into this game.
You're absolutely right. Because, I mean, everyone wants to know, like, the when and the where.
The basics.
Yeah, it's happening.
Absolutely.
Saturday, January 11th, 2025.
Big day.
Huge day. It's part of the college football playoff.
Yeah.
Which means this isn't just some regular season game.
Oh, no. This is for all the marbles.
Yeah, this is a chance for one of these teams to get one step closer to a national championship.
Absolutely. And I got to say, the location just adds to the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
AT&T Stadium in Dallas.
Jerry World.
You know, at Jerry World. And I think it's the perfect place for a game like this.
Oh.
You know, it's known for that huge video board and all the crazy amenities.
Oh, yeah.
And it can hold over 100,000 screaming fans.
Oh, it's going to be electric.
Electric.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of searches for where to watch.
Of course.
Now, we don't have the specific channel here in the data,
Right?
but this is going to be broadcast nationally.
Okay.
Your best bet is to check those local listings or your favorite sports streaming service.
Yeah, for sure.
Trust me, you do not want to miss this one.
Not at all. Now, let's talk about the teams.
Okay.
Let's start with the Ohio State Buckeyes.
All right.
There is a ton of interest in their offensive coordinator.
Okay.
And what's really interesting to me is people seem to be kind of split.
Oh, really?
Some think he's like a genius.
Okay.
Others think he's maybe a little too clever for his own good.
Ah, too tricky.
Yeah. You know, and I think this game could be a real test for him.
You're right.
The way he calls the plays could really determine the outcome.
Absolutely. And, people are always interested in
Sure.
Ohio State's schedule. Like, even looking ahead to 2024,
Oh, yeah.
it's Ohio State. They're always
right there.
in the national conversation.
Absolutely.
But on the Texas side, the Longhorns,
Yeah.
we're seeing just as much interest, if not more,
Yeah.
in their schedule and game times.
And interesting.
And it makes you wonder if there's this sense that, could this be like a turning point for the program?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Because Texas has this amazing history,
Right.
but they haven't really been in the national championship picture lately.
Lately, no.
So a big win against Ohio State
Right.
on a stage like this
Yeah.
could really be a sign that they're back.
Yeah, they're back in the big league.
Back in the big leagues.
Okay, so we've got the basics down.
We do.
But I mean, what everyone really wants to know
I know.
is who is going to win this thing?
Yeah.
We're seeing a ton of searches for predictions and the final score.
Well, I don't want to disappoint anyone, but from what I'm seeing, there's really no clear favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both teams have had some incredible moments this season.
Right.
But they've also had some, question marks.
Okay.
It's really anyone's game.
Which makes it even more exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, that unpredictability,
Yeah,
that's what makes college football so great.
totally. But speaking of exciting, can we talk about this halftime show for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Holly Rowe's name keeps popping up
Interesting.
in the searches, which is intriguing to say the least.
It is. She's such a beloved figure in college football.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she's got that sideline reporting and that infectious
She
enthusiasm.
brings the energy.
She does. It wouldn't surprise me at all if she was part of the Cotton Bowl festivities somehow.
Right.
But the real question is, what will she be doing?
Exactly. Is she just introducing the performers?
Right.
Or is she, like, part of the show?
Ooh.
You know.
There's a lot of speculation online.
Oh, I bet.
Some people think she might sing. Others think she might even dance.
Oh, now that would be something.
Yeah, that'd be something to see.
Yeah.
But honestly, even if she's just there,
Yeah.
it's going to generate buzz.
Oh, yeah.
She's got that star power.
Okay, so we've got the basics of the game. We've talked about the excitement around both teams.
We have.
And we've kind of dipped our toes into this whole halftime show mystery.
The mystery.
But there's so much more to this.
Oh, yeah. We've only just scratched the surface.
Especially when it comes to what these searches tell us about the bigger story here.
Absolutely. And what's underneath is really fascinating.
Let's dig a little deeper, shall we?
Let's do it. So you mentioned the Texas Longhorns schedule searches earlier.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good place to start.
Okay.
It's not just about people trying to figure out when and where they're playing.
Right.
It's almost like these searches are telling us about
Yeah.
the hopes and maybe the anxiety
Oh, I see.
of those Texas fans.
Yeah. Yeah. They've had a few seasons that haven't really lived up to the program's legacy.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough patch.
Yeah. So maybe checking that schedule.
Yeah.
It's about, looking for signs that things are turning around.
Are they back?
Yeah. Can this be the year they get back to that dominance?
And this game against Ohio State,
Yeah.
it's a real test for them.
It's a big one.
It is. If they can win this game on this stage,
Right.
it could be a turning point,
Yeah.
a real statement.
Okay. So we're seeing searches for Texas Longhorns,
Uh-huh.
Longhorn football, Texas football schedule, Longhorn game, Texas football game.
Right. Pretty standard stuff.
All pretty standard stuff.
Yeah.
But then we see searches like Texas versus Ohio State channel.
Okay.
How to watch Ohio State versus Texas. What channel is the Cotton Bowl on? Even Texas versus Ohio State stream.
Wow, they're ready.
These people want to watch.
They want to watch.
And maybe some of them haven't been as tuned in,
Yeah.
during those not so great seasons.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what's so cool about a game like this.
Right.
It brings everybody back.
It does.
It's more than just a game. It's an event.
Yeah, and for Texas, this could be,
Yeah.
the start of something really special.
The start of something big.
All right. But we can't forget about Ohio State.
Of course not.
We're seeing a lot of searches related to, specific players and aspects of their game,
Okay.
like Ohio State offensive coordinator,
Yeah.
Ohio State depth chart.
Yeah.
These fans, they're doing their research.
They are. They're trying to figure out how this team works.
Yeah, they want to know what makes this team tick.
And it's interesting that you mentioned the offensive coordinator again.
Right.
Remember what we said about him?
Yeah, some people think he's a genius. Others are a little skeptical.
Exactly. And that's what we're seeing in the searches, too. It's
Yeah.
like people are trying to decide for themselves.
Yeah.
Is this guy the key to their success?
Right.
Or is he a potential problem? Okay, well, speaking of trying to figure things out,
Uh-huh.
we can't ignore the elephant in the room.
Oh, here we go.
A lot of
What
searches
was you going to say?
are about betting odds.
Of course.
DraftKings, Ohio versus Texas game time, Ohio State versus Texas odds.
Yeah.
People want to know who's favored and by how much.
Makes sense. It's all part of the fun.
Oh, absolutely no judgment here.
None at all.
But let's shift gears back to something we talked about earlier,
Okay.
the halftime show.
Yeah.
We talked about Holly Rowe
Yeah, the mystery and...
and, the mystery surrounding her potential involvement.
Right.
But there's something else here,
Okay.
something even bigger
Ooh, I like bigger.
in these searches.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, you're talking about the sheer number of searches for Cotton Bowl halftime show.
Uh-huh.
Cotton Bowl halftime show 2025.
Yeah, it's not that common for the halftime show to get this much attention.
Exactly. It's like people know something we don't.
Like they've got a secret.
Yeah, or at least they think they do.
I see.
There are all these rumors online about a surprise guest performer.
Oh, really?
Yes, someone big, someone who could really take this halftime show to the next level.
Wow.
And those rumors, they're being fueled by these searches.
It's like a feedback loop.
It is. The more people search for info about the halftime show,
Right.
the more speculation there is,
Yeah.
and the more the hype builds.
And we all love a good halftime show surprise.
Oh, come on, who doesn't?
Right.
And the Cotton Bowl organizers, they know how to put on a show.
They do.
And this year, it feels like they're really going all out.
But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
the game is the main event.
Right.
Ohio State versus Texas.
Yeah.
Two amazing programs,
Yeah.
a chance to make history.
And everything we've been talking about, the searches, the speculation, the hype,
It all leads up to this.
it all points to one thing. This is a game you do not want to miss.
You got to watch this one.
And it's more than just the final score, right?
Yeah, so much more.
It's about the stories that unfold on the field.
The individual battles,
Right. The moments of brilliance,
the heartbreak.
the triumph.
Yeah,
Those moments, that's what makes college football so special.
I agree.
The passion, the drama, the unpredictability.
You get it all.
And in this game with these two teams, I mean, we are almost guaranteed to see it all.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
there's one last piece of the puzzle
Right.
that we need to look at.
Okay.
Something that could really help us understand
Yeah.
the bigger picture of college football.
So we've talked about, the teams, the coaches,
The halftime show.
the halftime show, the betting odds.
Yeah, we went deep.
But what does it all mean?
Yeah.
What is this, all this interest in the Cotton Bowl, all this digging into the details?
Mm-hmm.
What does it tell us about college football right now?
Well, I think it tells us a few things.
Okay.
I think there's this real hunger for a change.
Oh, interesting.
At the top,
Yeah.
we've seen the same few teams dominate the college football playoff for a while now.
Yeah.
So when a program like Texas,
Right.
with all their history and all those passionate fans,
Yeah.
when they start to look good again,
Yeah.
people pay attention.
Yeah, they get excited.
They get excited. They want to believe that something new is coming.
It's like that classic underdog story.
Exactly.
Okay.
Everyone loves to root for the team that's been down
Right.
and is fighting their way back.
And the fact that they're facing Ohio State,
Oh, yeah.
a real powerhouse.
It just adds to the whole thing.
It's David versus Goliath.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even if you're not a Texas fan,
Right.
there's a part of you that wants to see them pull it off.
Yeah, you want to see the upset.
You want to see the upset.
But on the other hand, I think the interest in this game also tells us something about the power of tradition.
Oh, yeah.
College football has this incredible history.
It really does.
And Ohio State and Texas,
Yeah.
they're both part of that.
Wow.
They represent different eras, different styles of play, different parts of the country.
Different parts of the country.
But they're both iconic.
They are.
They both make you think about the past.
That nostalgia.
Yeah, that longing for a time when, maybe college football felt a little simpler.
Yeah. A little purer.
So maybe it's not just about who wins or loses.
Right.
Maybe it's about seeing these two legendary teams,
Yeah.
go head to head.
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, on this huge stage.
Exactly.
And maybe for some fans,
Yeah.
it's a way to connect with their own history.
Their own memories.
Yeah, remember watching games with their families.
Yeah, those Saturday afternoons.
And feeling that excitement that
Exactly.
only college football can bring.
For sure.
Okay, so we've really gone deep on this Cotton Bowl matchup.
We have.
We've looked at the data.
Yeah.
We've talked about the stories, the emotions.
All of it.
But like always, we
Yeah.
want to leave you with something to think about.
A little something to ponder.
Yeah, as you watch the game.
Okay. I like it.
So here's the thought.
Right, I'm listening.
What if Texas wins?
Okay.
What does that mean for the Big 12 conference? Can they become a major force again?
Interesting question.
On the national stage.
Right.
And on the other hand, if Ohio State dominates,
Right.
does that cement their place
Yeah.
as one of the true elites?
As a dynasty?
These are the questions that make this game so fascinating.
Absolutely. It's more than just a game.
It's more than just a game.
So much more.
So whether you're rooting for the Longhorns or the Buckeyes,
Yeah.
one thing's for sure.
What's that?
This Cotton Bowl Classic,
Yeah.
it's going to be a night to remember.
It is.
So enjoy the game, everyone,
Absolutely.
and keep digging deep.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.